Hey guys, Lytane here, and these are my spoilery thoughts for Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. If you just want my overall review of it, then you can click the card in the top corner, otherwise there is going to be so many spoilers to the game, and if you have not played the game, what the hell are you even doing here? This is full of spoilers, go away! This is going to ruin the game for you if you have never played it before, so definitely do not watch this video if you have never played the game. You have been warned. Okay guys, spoiler talk, and I want to start by talking about the end of the game, and man, that ending was not handled well, again! A complaint I had from the first game is that there are too few clues given to you before the end of the game, and then so much exposition had to happen in order to catch everybody up, and this game does the same thing. But in some ways, this game does it even worse! Instead of being told by another character, most of it is actually done reading. Yes, you read about the tragedy, you read about the worst event in Hope Peak history, you read emails from characters in the first game and find out what they've been up to. You read so much, and I get this, it's a visual novel, but I was expecting a little bit more visual in my novel. I would have loved to see these things on screen, you know, some cutaways and nice pictures of these events would really break up what I was reading, but nope. It's really strange because every other part of the game before this was done in that style, and then it's just completely dropped at the end. Then we get into the large exposition dump from the characters in the last trial, and this is better because it's actually voiced, so it's more interesting, but it's still bad. Instead of having a carefully laid out plan with lots of clues and a good execution, it feels like they have to explain everything to me, and that's not really good. I wouldn't have minded if it wasn't so long, but damn, it goes for hours. But with all of that said, the subject matter is actually interesting. I wanted to know more about the tragedy. I wanted to know more about our heroes in the first game. I wanted to know what was up with that secret ending. Hell, I even wanted to know more about our new cast, and all of that was delivered. Strangely though, some of these things are still kept a little vague, and I understand that some of these got explored in future content and some of these got explored in side content that was released before this, but I just thought it was a little strange that some of it was still kept vague. From the start of the game, I had a great hunch about what one of the major twists was going to be, that it was all virtual. Monokuma saying he doesn't need cameras, that strange virtual start, how Usagi transported them to the island in the first place, how she turned a chicken into a cow, it just gave away that it was all virtual. With how few clues are actually given throughout the game, I thought that this was a little bit too on the nose and gave away too much too early. But I had something else completely wrong. Nagito. From the moment I met him, I was suspicious. And then I saw his full name and I thought, isn't that an anagram for Makoto Naegi? I mean, it's a couple extra letters, but pretty close. I mean, he even has kind of similar looks to Makoto, but he has Junko's hair. And oh wow, what if she had gotten to Makoto and he just went absolutely crazy? And then he started talking about hope and that he was a lucky student, and I was convinced. And they even have the same voice actors. But boy was I silly. The creators did all of this for people like me because it's a red herring, and I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Another thought I had was that Sonya was a robot spy for Monokuma, and she talks a lot of nonsense and spouts obviously made up things, so I was suspicious. It's very similar to a lot of things that Monokuma says. That kind of nonsense and the mistakes that she makes, it really felt like she might not be real. Then, when we get to the 5th island, we see human robots being made, and I was convinced. But nope! Once again, I was wrong. And I think my idea is kind of better than the real story anyway, because I don't really care for Sonya. Alright, now for something a little bit more serious. Let's talk about Case 5, and holy cow, that case is the best case in the entire series in my opinion. Trying to solve Nagato's death was incredible, and the twists and turns in the case were oh so good. I love that his ultimate ability and his intentions were intertwined. It's so good. And I find it a little strange that more ultimate abilities aren't used in the murder cases like this. Maybe it would make the cases a little bit too obvious if somebody's ultimate ability was used. So you'd be like, oh yeah, that has to be this person because only they have that kind of skill set. So I get it, but I just wish the ultimate abilities were used a little bit more. During the daily life part leading up to case 5, it was so intense. Nagato is just a crazy character, but it was here that I guessed that Chiaki was the traitor. The biggest tip-off is when she tried to stop the bombs. I had no idea any of the details and how she was the traitor or anything. It was just a hunch, and I'm so sad that I was right. My waifu is gone. So that ending with Azuru is a little lame. I like the concept of creating the ultimate hope and then it coming back and ruining everybody, but I'm not a fan of his look or the twist for that matter. I didn't like that Hajime wasn't going to stay around and that Azuru was going to be taking over. I get that their personalities fused together a little bit, but it's not the same. Hajime's gone. I also thought that the ending portion where you're talking to yourself and your inner demons and the other characters was really interesting, getting really into Hajime's mind and what he's thinking about, but it wasn't really that fun to play, so I don't think it was quite well done. I like that Chiaki had such an impact on Hajime that he chose Hope all because of her. You know, screw the rest of him, it's all because of Chiaki, and he chose to fight Junko. Speaking of Junko, the old crew coming back at the end was really nice, but it made me realize that I like them more and I wanted to know what they've been up to this whole time. Especially when the survivors of this game are a little bit less interesting than the firsts. Hajime is good and complex, especially with that Azuru plotline. Sonya though was meh. Kazuichi, I hated. Akane was meh. And I liked Fuyuhiko, so at least there's 2 out of the 6 survivors that I actually liked. Then after all of the reading and all of the exposition that this game has thrown at you, it's also left open-ended once again, setting up a sequel. Damn, that's annoying. I get that they wanted to set up sequels, and that's fine, but we didn't even get many answers to the questions that the first game put forward, so that's really frustrating. I guess it's time to watch the anime to see how it all ends. So those are my spoilery thoughts on Danganronpa 2. Tell me what you thought about this game, because I'm really curious to see what everybody thought. I just shared with you all of the major thoughts that I had about the story and about the characters and some of the little details. So let me know what you think. Like, did I get some of these things right? Did you have the same ideas? Did you think I was just completely stupid and crazy? Whatever the case may be, write it down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!